All right. So we're going to move on to the next movie, The Book of Eli, directed by the Hughes brothers. This stars Denzel Washington and Gary Oldman. Had another post-apocalypse movie. I think this is like the 5th or 6th one we've done in our review show.
Probably, yeah.
This one stars Denzel Washington. He's crossing the bleak desert after a war has opened the ozone layer and fried everyone on Earth, other than a couple survivors. And he's crossing the desert, protecting something, which you don't find out until about halfway through the movie. And he's wandering across the desert and stumbles across a shanty town where a bunch of survivors have gotten together because there's a water source, and Gary Oldman's kind of made this old Western corrupt government who sends out a bunch of biker gangs and stuff, so very Mad Max-ish, which I liked, since we had the bleakness of the road earlier, which was just, all the bad guys were all of humanity. There was only good guys and everyone else was out to kill them. And this one there's an actual antagonist, which is Gary Oldman. Yeah. And he's out to get Denzel Washington and take his secret from him. And he employs the Mila Kunis, who I think was very out of place in this movie.
Maybe a little.
I mean, she's good in the teen movies. Maybe could do teen drama, but this weird post-apocalypse as a distraught prostitute who is destined to follow the wanderer of the desert. Because I've noticed in movies when you have someone who's very dark and brooding, like Denzel is in the movie. Yeah. Leon the Professional had Natalie Portman and stuff. There's always, they're too dark, so they team them up with that little kid sidekick. Yeah. They're like, well, we can't put in, some, some little kid and make it, light and fluffy. They want to keep it. So they just chose Mila Kunis. And I don't know where they got her from, but she was the part that I didn't like I liked least about the movie. Okay. But Gary Oldman and Denzel Washington work well. Gary Oldman bringing back his Fifth Element bad guy.
Yeah, I think he plays great villains.
Yeah, no, he does very well at villains. So I definitely gave this one a B+ because I liked the action in it. I liked the overall plot, a little bit on the disappointing side, but for the most part, it had very straightforward, good, bad guy, and classic blockbuster feel to it.
Cool. I agree. I liked the movie quite a bit, and surprisingly quite a bit. I think that the movie definitely has a moral aim, definitely has... I'll go so far as to say it's a religious movie. Yeah. And it has no problems with that. But I think that it's made well enough, and it's cool enough. It's flat out, it's a badass movie.
Yeah, it's not Left Behind religious.
No, it's Denzel Washington taking down, serial killer cannibals with a hatchet, and that's always going to be cool.
Custom hatchet.
Custom hatchet, yeah. And the cinematography is really nice. The score is actually really pretty, and there's enough nice quiet moments to sort of balance out the actiony moments. There's one really good action scene in the movie that really stood out to me was the scene where the shootout in the house with the elderly couple. I thought that was such a well filmed action sequence. It reminded me a little bit of Cuarón's action sequence in Children of Men. Yeah. So I surprisingly, seeing as how straightforward the message is with the movie, I do have to recommend it, and I'll probably even buy it. It looks great on Blu-ray, by the way.
Yeah, no, it's excellent cinematography. Yeah. The sun is bright, so everything's just really great bleached gray, which stands out, which makes everything stand out more. And it's a lot of fun. They even have
a little bit of Sergio Leone sort of Man with No Name Western sort of feel to it. And
it is definitely a good one.
Yeah.
All right, now for the final one.
Yeah, this is our last movie we're going to be talking about today. This is Toy Story